Start, huh? 12, 2. Start.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Some acknowledgement would be nice.
Check those online are able to
Yes.
hear us.
The ones who are online, are you able to hear us? Can I get a thumbs up from the tech team? All right. Thank you so much. Welcome to the 54th Foundation Day celebration at ICRISAT. So happy to be here. I'm Soumya.
And Padmaja.
And together we're going to take you through this entire event. Let's get started. I extend a very warm welcome to all our distinguished guests who are seated in the front, our Director General, DDGR Research and Innovations, the leadership team, and all other attendees who have joined us online as well as who've joined us here. A few housekeeping rules before we start the entire event. We request everybody to put their phones on silent or airplane mode. And for those who are joining us online, if you could keep yourself on mute, that would definitely be helpful. Thank you.
Thank you, Soumya. So let's begin the event. We start the event with a video summarizing ICRISAT's role in transforming the drylands. So the video showcases ICRISAT's work over 5 decades in transforming dryland agriculture. So let's have the video. So the tech team, please play the video.
Today, more than 2 billion people live in the semi-arid regions of Asia and Africa. Home to a fourth of the world's population, these drylands exhibit some of the most unforgiving and harshest conditions to be found anywhere on the planet. Resultantly, those who call the semi-arid regions home, tragically remain the poorest, the hungriest, the most nutritionally insecure, and the most marginalized in the world. But it does not have to be like this. Change happens when institutions and nations of goodwill coalesce around a concern for common humanity in which a brighter future is created for all. And thus begins the story of ICRISAT, the International Crops Research Institute for the Semi-Arid Tropics. ICRISAT was established in 1972 by a memorandum of agreement between the Consultative Group on International Agricultural Research and the Government of India. India's Green Revolution started in the 1960s and initial discussions were held for the establishment of a dedicated sorghum institute in the country. This concept later evolved into creating an International Crops Research Institute for the semi-arid tropics for key dryland crops. The foundation stone for ICRISAT campus was laid by the then Prime Minister of India, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, on the 11th of January 1975. Today, ICRISAT is the only international agricultural IARC with its headquarters in India. It is recognized as the premier global research organization for dryland farming. 50 years of innovation. For 5 decades, the journey of ICRISAT has been defined by innovation that constantly pushes the boundaries of possibility. ICRISAT's core strength lies in its world-class research and scientific innovations with a focus on developing productive, climate-smart, and nutritious legume and cereal crops critical to the drylands, comprising chickpea, pigeon pea, groundnut, pearl millet, sorghum, finger millet, and small millets. 1970s, the beginnings. ICRISAT scientists developed varieties, hybrids, and breeding lines that resist pests and diseases, and also develop technologies that can be used by dryland farmers. Agronomic experiments mark the beginning of the Institute's farming systems research program. The 1980s, an era of excellence and expansion. The first ICRISAT sorghum and pearl millet varieties are released for farmers in Sudan. ICRISAT expands its local presence by establishing offices in Africa, commencing with the ICRISAT Sahelian Center in Niger. ICRISAT-led projects deliver new groundbreaking outcomes for food security across Africa, Southeast Asia, the Middle East, Latin America, and the Caribbean. 1990s, the era of breakthroughs and awards. ICRISAT commences research to develop genome maps of sorghum and pearl millet with collaboration from Italy, the UK, and the USA. A geographical information system, GIS, that can manage multiple levels of spatially distributed data is set up for rollout across Asia and Africa. ICRISAT scientists breed ICPH8, the world's first hybrid pigeon pea with an increased yield of 30%, in partnership with the Indian Council for Agricultural Research ICAR. The variety is released for cultivation. Director Generals Jim Ryan and Shauki Barghouti received the King Baudouin Award for high-yielding and disease-resistant pearl millet and pigeon pea respectively. 2000s, the era of new horizons. The recognition of the private sector as valuable research for development partners leads to the formation of the sorghum and pearl millet hybrid parents research consortia, followed by a similar consortium for pigeon pea. ICRISAT's early advocacy for climate-resilient crops and climate awareness delivers a Nobel Peace Prize. 2010s, the era of digital and genomic technology. ICRISAT decodes the genome sequence of chickpea, groundnut, and pearl millet in collaboration with global partners. The combined impact of genomic and digital technologies results in fast-tracking crop innovations. This decade sees many world firsts led by the Institute: high oleic acid groundnut, high iron and zinc pearl millet, and sorghum contributing to improved nutrition in infants and children, supporting the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals. Further breakthroughs include fungal disease-resistant and early maturing groundnut, machine-harvestable chickpea, high biomass sorghum for biofuel, drought, and heat-tolerant chickpea. Digital technologies for farmers take off with the establishment of the ICRISAT's iHub. 2020 onwards, the era of new opportunities. The modernization of breeding continues and many bold initiatives are undertaken. 2 high oleic acid groundnut varieties developed by ICRISAT and the Indian Council of Agricultural Research Directorate of Groundnut Research are released by the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. ICRISAT wins the National CSR Award India twice. The tropical legumes led by ICRISAT and its national partners leads to ICRISAT winning the Africa Food Prize 2021. As of early 2023, 1,230 ICRISAT varieties are released in 81 countries, further extending ICRISAT's global reach and impact. 129,000 accessions from 144 countries are curated by the ICRISAT Gene Bank, and more than 1.5 million samples are distributed to 150 countries. For the last 50 years, ICRISAT, in partnership with its valued donors and partners, has made a significant impact on the lives of millions in the semi-arid regions of Asia and Africa, but more needs to be done. On the 50th anniversary of the Institute, commemorated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
साथियों, भारत के सेमी एरिड क्षेत्रों में काम करने का इक्रिसैट के पास एक रिच एक्सपीरियंस है। इसलिए सेमी एरिड क्षेत्रों के लिए हमें मिलकर किसानों को जोड़कर सस्टेनेबल और डाइवर्सिफाइड प्रोडक्शन सिस्टम का निर्माण करना होगा।
As the Institute stepped into its 51st year, its global leadership in millets took center stage, co-leading the International Year of Millets 2023 celebrations. That same year, its pioneering work was recognized with new accolades, including the UNDP's Mahatma Award for its transformative biodiversity and watershed initiatives in Bundelkhand, India. In 2024, the Institute continued to break new ground, developing and publishing the world's first pigeon pea speed breeding protocol. This breakthrough slashes breeding time, accelerating the delivery of improved, climate-resilient varieties to the farmers who need them most. Innovation continues with scientists developing a solar-powered water hyacinth harvester, turning an invasive weed into a valuable resource. Backed by the government of Odisha, it offers a sustainable solution at 1/10 the cost of market alternatives. The Institute co-leads in the development of the Global Strategy for Resilient Drylands, a bold blueprint to transform dryland agriculture through innovation, strategic partnerships, and climate-smart solutions. We are charting a dynamic course for the next 50 years, anchored in science, sustainability, and impact. As we look ahead, we invite you to be part of this journey. Together, we will continue to shape a more resilient future for dryland agriculture and for the millions of people who depend on it.
Just wow, isn't it? Such a powerful and flavorful concoction of what ICRISAT has done over the years. it aligns with our ethos of ensuring that we transform global drylands. I'm getting goosebumps. Moving on. We'll see more of such things that we've done in the last 1 year in the rest of the program. I would now like to invite our in-person dignitaries to the dais and take their seats. Dr. Himanshu Pathak, Director General of ICRISAT. Mr. Yogendra Kumar, Chairperson, BBSSL. Dr. Stanford Blade, Deputy Director General, Research and Innovations. Thank you. May I now invite Dr. Stanford Blade, our DDG Research and Innovations, to give us a presentation on ICRISAT's roadmap for food and nutrition secure agri-food systems in drylands.
Well, thank you, Sumia, and thank you, Dr. Padmaja, for that very kind introduction. It's a great pleasure to be able to celebrate, of course, the past that we've just done with this remarkable video that shows the tremendous accomplishments of ICRISAT across the world. But now, for the next 10 minutes, I would like to tell you a little bit about the future. Now, we can't predict the future, but I would say that we can anticipate the future, and maybe through things like the strategic plan that I'm going to speak about, we'll give a little sense of how it is that we can actually shape that future and how ICRISAT can play a very important role. I would just like to acknowledge my colleagues on the dais, our eminent Director General, and to have Mr. Yogendra Kumar here as well. Thank you very much, sir. To all of the dignitaries, both here in person and to all of our colleagues online. It's so good to have everyone joining, and especially to our Board of Trustees members, the Board of the Governing Council, and others. It's great to have all of you with us. So a strategic plan, of course, is owned by our governing board, but we had the great privilege of being able to think through about where the future was going to be and how ICRISAT could play an important role. And I just want to give you a sense of what that future could look like with the hard work of ourselves, our partners, and all of the colleagues that we're very involved with. You've already heard, but you will know that our ethos is about transforming dryland agriculture. And this is very much the focus, the tenet of the things that we are talking about within the strategic plan that we worked on together for several months in consultation with colleagues across Asia and Africa, within our own activities, and of course within many of our partners in the civil society, in national agriculture and extension system programs, and so many others. So this is very much a group effort, but just to give you a sense of where the future might go. I've also spoken, and you've seen this image before, just one example to plant the seed in the back of your mind of the scale of the important work that ICRISAT does globally, across the world. You've seen reference to the number of varieties, the sharing of germplasm. To be clear, we have a very specific focus in Asia and Africa, but I'm going to take a small moment, if I may be so bold. We also are very involved in capacity building. And this particular week, through the auspices of ITEC, of the Ministry of External Affairs here with the Government of India, there's been a sponsored course to bring together experts from Asia, from Africa, from Latin America, to speak about, learn about, and share their experiences around intellectual property management. And I've seen some of those colleagues here. Could those colleagues just clap or shout or say hello, please? Very good. Yes. Can you imagine people coming from 16 countries around the world to dig into the very important activities around intellectual property management, just so critical for everything that we do. So where is that future? Where are we going? Our strategic plan talks about 6 particular areas. These will not be surprising to you. And of course, there's a great deal of depth in every one of these areas. But of course, talking about this key area of breeding, of using germplasm, of incorporating it, of finding ways to produce crops in new systems. around soil health and human health. It just came up in the press conference that we spoke about with a number of press colleagues today, in all of the opportunities around soil health to make sure that either degraded soils or soils that might be degraded, that we have a much better scientific and innovative approach to both soil health and human health. And I will just remind you that ICRISAT works through agriculture to food to nutrition to human health in that broad spectrum of activity. We speak about climate resilient livelihoods. This is a topic that continues to come up. We know the issues around climate change. We know the pressure that is on farming systems, on farmers across all of the areas in which we work, critical to what it is that we do. Transforming food systems, so many things that are going on here, but I would just highlight two, to think about ways that we can work with value addition, to take the crops that we work with, to work with entrepreneurs and startups about adding value addition, and then the whole area around nutrition, whether that's school feeding programs, working with the policies here within India or across sub-Saharan Africa to be able to make real improvements in the lives of individuals and communities. Of course, the whole area of digital agriculture, whether it's spatial sciences, whether it's using new ways to interrogate the terabytes of data that we have available to us in all of the work that we do across Asia and Africa. And certainly, last but not least, to think about those landscape scale interventions. How is it that we can manage land and water to make sure that they maintain their sustainability over a long period of time? I know you know this, but I just want to enforce the work that we do both in Africa and in Asia. And I'd like to acknowledge online Dr. Rebi Harawa, our Director for Africa. What I'm speaking about in the work here that is outlined within our strategic plan is very much a focus in Africa as well as in Asia, so that we can work together in all of the aspects that we want to make progress in. But it gives you a sense of the coverage that we have, but I would not limit us to this. As some of you may know, we signed an agreement with members of CARICOM in the Caribbean to do work with some of our mandate crops in that region as well. So we really do have a global focus. And again, you will know the reasons why we want to have a strategy. You'll see it before you. The what about a strategy is to say, what are those priorities? What is that future that we would like to shape? And really, a strategy tells not only our partners that work across the world with us, but to tell ourselves about what it is that we will do over the next 5 years to really deliver on that ethos of transforming dry land agriculture. You will also know our mandate crops as part of our host country agreement here with the government of India. We have identified the work in millet and in sorghum, in groundnut and chickpea and pigeon pea, and of course, all of the various other members of the millets family. These are the areas that we can make a real impact in so many places in the world. And some of you may know that the theory of change speaks about the way that we actually anticipate improvements to be made. Just 3 elements here around a framework. And in the next slide, I'll give you a little of the progression about what it is that we think that we can do. The second bullet highlights that ICRISAT is part of the 1CG system. We work with colleagues across the world in the rest of the CG. Our strategic plan aligns very a perfect fit with the portfolio 2530 of the CG when it comes to science programs and accelerators. And of course, the third bullet will not be a surprise, and this will come up a number of times, just speaking about the opportunity for collaboration and for partnership. So the heart of the presentation is to remind you, first of all of the challenges that we face. You know those just as well as I do. You heard reference in the video to the new global strategy on resilient drylands that is a 1CG initiative, but it's very much focused on and initiated by ICRISAT and our colleagues at ICARDA, along with many other CG centers and many other partners. But it just speaks to those 2 billion people that live in the drylands, of all of the natural and other issues that are facing people within those areas. We certainly have things that we need to address. And we do that, again, through the strategies that I just laid out to you. I apologize if these are too small, but it just talks about everything from digital agriculture to crop breeding to resilient farming systems, landscape level farming systems. All of those elements are there. But of course, there are certain things that we need to do to make sure that this works. I'll tell you in a moment about the activities that we have, but for your sake, I will just also note there are several cross-cutting themes around gender, youth, and inclusion. Many of you will know about the work of the Dryland Academy. I just gave a shout out to the group that's here around intellectual property management. The Dryland Academy capturing all of the elements of capacity development that we do both in Asia and Africa. We talk about the Smart Food Initiative. You will know that in a few months ago, we launched Smart Food Africa to talk about all of the aspects of nutrient-dense, very crucial nutrient-providing crops in so many different ways that we can add value and create both nutritional benefit to individuals and communities. We talk about digital transformation, of which we've spoken about. We've talked about monitoring and evaluation and partnerships. But what does the strategy really focus on? It's how we work in these three areas. I've mentioned around advancing crops for the future and some of the things that we can deliver there. I've spoken about building resilient multifunctional landscapes and agroecosystems, and talking about how we actually create systemic change. And what happens when we will do that work over the next 5 years? We will see some very specific research outcomes, things that will come out of that that really will be of benefit to the communities and individuals that we work with across our geographic regions. And that, in turn, will create the kind of impact that we have anticipated, that are captured within the Sustainable Development Goals, that are captured within the goals of our overall 1CG system. So I'm just trying to send a message here that this is a system. We understand what the issues are. We understand the kinds of tools that we need to bring. We need to also focus then on the science and innovation that will drive these opportunities to create the outcomes that we really anticipate and the impact that will be important for all of our communities and populations. And really, this boils down into the three areas that I've spoken about, but just to acknowledge in advancing crops for the future, Dr. Sean Mays, our program director in that area. Around building resilient multifunctional landscapes, Dr. ML Jat, very involved in this activity. And online, propelling systemic change in agriculture is Dr. Victor Afaria Sifa, now based in West Africa and leading our work there in enabling systems transformation. So these are exciting times. We see the opportunity for us to hit the targets that we need to hit. Remember what we've said about a strategic plan. It's about trying to influence the future. We feel that based on the collaboration that we've had, based on the endorsement of our governing board, that we very much are ready to make our contribution to that future success. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Dr. Stanford, for the presentation and sharing ICRISAT's vision for the future. As you can see from our roadmap and vision, we want to ensure that the 2 billion people inhabiting the drylands have a food and nutrition secure and a resilient future moving forward. Well, let's move on to the next segment of this event. On this 54th Foundation Day, we would like to acknowledge our teams for the contributions they have made to our vision and mission of transforming the drylands. I request Dr. Himanshu Pathak to please come onto the center stage and help us acknowledge the teams and release the products and publications. Dr. Pathak. Now, the first in this segment is the acknowledgement of ICRISAT Partnership Cultivars. ICRISAT wishes to acknowledge our multidisciplinary crop teams and partners, both past and present, for the significant contributions in the release of ICRISAT Partnership Cultivars. In 2024, in particular, we have 23 cultivar releases across 5 countries of all our mandate crops, including small millets, engaging with more than 15 partners. So may I invite Dr. Sean Mays to join the DG on the dais, please. On behalf of all the teams in the regions, both past and present, may I now call upon Dr. Rakesh Srivastava for the contributions for chickpea crop improvement. Dr. Pathak, please hand over the bouquet. Dr. Janila Pasupuleti for the contributions for groundnut crop, please. Dr. S.K. Gupta for the contributions for pearl millet crop improvement. Dr. Prakash Gangashetty for the contributions for pigeon pea crop improvement. Dr. Ephraim Habiarimana for the contributions for sorghum crop improvement. And last but not the least, we invite Dr. Shobhan Sajja for the contributions for small millet crop improvement. Isn't that an innovative way of the acknowledgements? Thank you to all those who have received the acknowledgements and those who gave away the acknowledgements. So the next item in this segment is the release of or the launch of policy briefs. So we now invite Dr. Manzoor Dar to come on stage and together with the DG and the other dignitaries launch the Seed Pulse policy series. So as Dr. Manzoor Dar is finding his way, we would like to give you a brief introduction about the Seed Pulse series. ICRISAT launches the Seed Pulse, a policy brief stemming from the policy dialogue on the future of pulses and legume seed systems in India. This series explores how effective policies can drive seed innovation, improve access, and promote sustainability. Tailored for policymakers, researchers, and practitioners, Seeds Pulse will deliver actionable insights and recommendations on critical seed system topics, best practices, and policy implications. Though it's an ICRISAT initiative, this is also open to the contributions from other CGIAR and NAS partners that will inform and influence policy on seed systems across both Asia and Africa. So this is the first one of the series, and we are thankful to the team on the dais for launching this series. Congratulations. The next launch is the policy brief again. May I invite Dr. Shalandar Kumar to come on the dais for the release of the policy brief on advancing the mainstreaming of millets in Odisha's agri-food system. The government of Odisha has made remarkable strides in integrating millets into its food system. So the government of Odisha had made remarkable strides in integrating millets into its food systems, achieving significant progress. As the state builds on these successes, it is essential to identify key levers to harness millet's potential fully and further mainstream it across the agri-food system from production to consumption. Now, this policy brief offers insights and strategies to fully realize the potential of millets in Odisha. Our objective is to complement and strengthen ongoing government initiatives by providing evidence-based policy recommendations that build upon the progress already achieved. Thank you, Dr. Shalandar and team. So the next in the series of achievements is the recognition of a patent, solar-powered water hyacinth harvester that you have also seen in the video. Water hyacinth is a major menace in water bodies and is responsible for poor water productivity, especially from an inland fishery perspective. Although it can be used for composting and preparing artifacts, harvesting it is a major issue. A team of scientists and engineers have designed a prototype that uses solar power to move around in water bodies while harvesting and cleaning the water bodies of this weed. We now request the DG to please present certificates to the winning team who have patented this innovation. So we invite Mr. Hariom Singh, Aviraj Datta. They're not here, please. Santosh Kumar Raja, Ramesh Singh, Yogesh Kumar, Jinit Mahajan, and Dr. Mangilal Jat to come to the dais and receive the certificates of achievement. Photo, please. Thank you, team. May I request Dr. ML Jat to please stay on the stage? Dr. Jat, sir, you also have to, Dr. Jat to please stay on the stage. So the last one in this release of innovations and patents is the launch of a plant health detector app. You going to talk this? Right. Okay, so I invite Dr. Dart to please briefly talk about the app and request the DG to inaugurate the app.
Thank you, Padmaja. Good afternoon, everyone. I think in the press conference this afternoon, one of the questions which was posed on the AI, use of the AI, and this is one of the live example using the AI. We developed this PSD. You know, PSD is not a PhD, but it's like a doctor, plant health detector. And this application is a mobile application to detect and monitor the plant health, whether it's a disease, pest, or the nutrient deficiency. It is designed for the farmers, for the extension agents, for plant protection practitioners, for the policy people. As of now, it got 5 crops. So 3 of the ICRISAT mandate crops, including groundnut, sorghum, pearl millet, and also the 2 important major crops, which are part of our system, rice and maize. We have developed this using the database images of 34,000 plus. And also you can see the library of those 45 classes of the pest, disease, and the nutrient deficiency. And you can use that automatically for the best management practices recommendation, whether cultural or biological or the chemical measures. Since time is limited, so I'll not be long, but this is one of the innovation, new innovation based on the AI we are talking about. And I would like to recognize the team led by a woman, Srivani Teja, maybe sitting somewhere here, I'm not sure. Gilbert, Nagendra, Jamir, Narsimha Rao, Srikant, and Mukund Patil. Those are the people behind the team. Thank you so much and congratulations. Now I request our Honorable Director General to formally launch this application, PSD.
Thank you so much, Emil. Thank you, the rest of you. We are what we are because of who they are. It was one of the things that DG mentioned in the address today morning. The special people who ensure that they work day in, day out for all of us. It's the farmers. So let's invite Mr. S.S. Shinde, who is a farmer from Latur, Maharashtra, to this stage to experience, to share his experience about how it has been working with ICRISAT. Mr. Shinde.
Good afternoon, respected and honorable dais, emeritus and meritorious scientist. I am a farmer from Marathwada region. 2007 में मैंने sir, I have some problem of Marathi English. I will tell you Marathi कम हिंदी. 2007 में यहाँ के डॉक्टर एस.के. राव हमारे महात्मा फुले एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटी में आए थे. उसके बाद मैं ICRISAT में आ गया. आई एम टेलिंग यू द सक्सेस द स्टोरी एंड जर्नी ऑफ विथ ICRISAT. 2007 में जब PM गौर साहब यहाँ थे तो उन्होंने मुझे JJ11 की वैरायटी दिए थे. जब मुझे मैं कन्वेंशनल और ट्रेडिशनल जो हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी की वैरायटी थी तो मैं मैक्सिमम 6 से 7 क्विंटल निकालता था. जब इन्होंने ICCV उन्होंने प्रोटोकॉल तोड़ के मुझे 2 क्विंटल सीड मुझे दिया था और मैंने उस साल में 2007 में मैंने 12 क्विंटल का यील्ड लिया था. उसके बाद लगातार मेरा ICRISAT के साथ मेरा बॉन्ड रहता था. उसके बीच में ICRISAT और WWF स्विट्जरलैंड का जो यह है उसके साथ हमने एक प्रोग्राम किया था. उसका नाम था SSI, जो शुगर केन का बर्ड निकाल के वो नर्सरी रेज करना था. उसका भी प्रोग्राम मैंने यही किया था. आज महाराष्ट्र में जो भी कुछ शुगर केन प्लांटेशन होता है वो यही सिस्टम से होता है और वो ICRISAT इसका पार्टनर था WWF के साथ. उसके बाद मैंने ये मेरा काम देके जब विजय कुमार और SK सक्सेना साहब यहाँ थे और लगातार 30 साल के बाद हाइब्रिड सीड का प्रोडक्शन किया था. और मेरा कन्वेंशनल सिस्टम से मैं इंटरक्रॉपिंग लेता था सोयाबीन और सोयाबीन और रेड ग्राम में। उस साल सक्सेना साहब ने मुझे मुझे 8 केजी सीड लगता था। उस टाइम सक्सेना साहब ने मुझे खाली 1 किलो हाइब्रिड का सीड दिया। लेकिन मैंने बोला अभी मुझे तो 8 किलो सीड, अभी सोइंग कैसा करने। तो उस वक्त मैंने डिबलिंग करके, प्लांटिंग करके, आपने वेबसाइट पे, आपने यहाँ बुक है अपना ICRISAT का, उसके ऊपर मैंने 1 केजी से 20 क्विंटल का रिकॉर्ड बनाया, अभी तक टूटा ही नहीं है। उसके बाद मैं उसके बाद जो हाइब्रिड सीड का जो कैंपेन है, मुझे मालूम नहीं, मैं बोल नहीं सकता ये स्टेज के बाद, लेकिन ये जो टीम गई, रामाराव गए, सक्सेना साहब गए और विजय कुमार साहब गए, उसके बाद हाइब्रिड सीड के बारे में कोई रिसर्च मुझे लगता है कोई तो स्टैग्नेंट है। उसके बाद मैं डॉक्टर प्रकाश गंगा सेट्टी से मिला हूं और उन्होंने मुझे गए साल एक वैरायटी दिया था 21333 का। उससे भी मुझे शॉर्ट ड्यूरेशन में, मेरा गवर्नमेंट रिकॉर्ड है, ऑल आर माय रिकॉर्ड्स आर विद द गवर्नमेंट रिकॉर्ड, मैंने 15 क्विंटल निकाला है। उसके बाद मैं राकेश श्रीवास्तव सर के पास आया हूं और उन्होंने मुझे हीट टॉलरेंट भी वैरायटी दी। और तुम्हारे एक ICC श्वेता का भी वैरायटी है, वो शॉर्ट ड्यूरेशन में आते। अभी तक लगातार 15 साल से मेरा 15 क्विंटल का चने का रिकॉर्ड मैंने तोड़ा ही नहीं है। हाउएवर इट मे बी, वेदर कैसा भी रहने दो, पानी कैसा भी रहने दो, लेकिन यहाँ की जो चिक्पी की वैरायटी है, PM गौर साहब का मुझे बहुत आशीर्वाद है और सक्सेना साहब का बहुत आशीर्वाद है कि उन्होंने मुझे यहाँ के लाइब्रेरी के कम से कम 2000 के बुक्स मुझे दे दिया है जो इंग्लिश में है। लेकिन ये ICRISAT की वजह से मेरा जो लाइफस्टाइल है और जो मेरी सब्सटिशंस है और सब्सटेनेंस है, वो पूरा ICRISAT के ऊपर मैं वेल टू डू हूँ। और गए 24 तारीख को मुझे इनोवेटिव अवार्ड मिला था और डॉक्टर पाठक साहब के कर कमलों से मिला था। ये मेरा भाग्य है कि 1-1.5 महीने के अंदर मुझे यहाँ ICRISAT ने उन्होंने बुलाया। इसके लिए मैं आप पूरी ICRISAT का मैं ग्रेटिट्यूड में हूँ सर। थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू वेरी मच मिस्टर शिंदे। आपका बहुत बहुत आभार है कि आप यहाँ आए और अपना अनुभव हम सबके साथ बांटा। थैंक यू वंस अगेन। वी नाउ हैव मिस्टर आशीष उपाध्याय फ्रॉम झांसी, उत्तर प्रदेश। मे आई इनवाइट यू?
हेलो। ICRISAT के स्थापना दिवस के अवसर पर आदरणीय हमारे वरिष्ठ अधिकारीगण ICRISAT के और ICRISAT परिवार के समस्त साथियों को मैं बहुत शुभकामनाएं प्रेषित करता हूं। मुझे बहुत आज अच्छा लग रहा है, एक ऐसी संस्था के बीच आने का मुझे अवसर मिला है जो दुनिया के पिछड़े लोगों के जीवन स्तर को ऊपर लाने के लिए काम कर रही है और खासतौर से उस चीज़ पे काम कर रही है जो बहुत मूलभूत जरूरत है, भोजन और पानी। उनके लिए, दुनिया के बहुत पिछड़े लोगों के लिए आप काम कर रहे हैं। निश्चित रूप से मैं आप सबका हृदय से आभारी हूँ। मैं बुंदेलखंड के झांसी जिले के तहरोली तहसील से आता हूँ। पिछले 10 सालों में हमारे यहाँ पे स्थिति थी, मैंने देखा है 6000 कुएं हमारे 40 गांव के आसपास, तहरोली के आसपास हैं। इसमें से 90% कुएं सूख चुके थे और ये स्थिति थी कि मोहल्ले के लोग आसपास जो कुआं होता था उसको एक कचड़ा घर बना लिया, कूड़ा निकला और कुएं में डाल दिया। ये स्थिति थी। पानी लेने के लिए हमें दूर जाना पड़ता था। हमने खुद गए हैं, एक नल, एक उदाहरण में दे रहा हूं, फिर ये आसपास के गांव की मैक्सिमम जगह की ये स्थिति थी। नल से पानी निकाल रहे हैं और शुरुआत में जो लाइन में लग गया, शुरुआत में पानी ठीक आएगा, उसके बाद गंदा पानी आने लगेगा। गांव में टैंकर सिस्टम था, प्रधान पंचायत की तरफ से टैंकर चलाए जाते हैं, तब पानी मिलेगा। ये पीने की पानी की स्थिति थी। तब खेती का और पशुओं के लिए क्या स्थिति होगी, हम कल्पना इस चीज की कर सकते हैं। हम लोग, पापा, हम 2 भाई हैं, तो पापा को अक्सर मना करते थे कि खेती मत करो, कहीं लगा दो और अपना और कुछ काम देख लेते हैं। वजह क्या है कि जब हम साल का जोड़ते थे, पूरा हिसाब जोड़ते थे खेती का, तो अल्टीमेट ये निकल के आता था कि हमारा लगा है 1 लाख रुपए और निकल कितना रहा है 1,10,000 रुपए, 90,000 रुपए, 80,000 रुपए, ये स्थिति होती थी खेती की। तो एक बार अभी शुरुआत हुई, ICRISAT के लोग आए, आदरणीय डॉक्टर साहब का मैं, आदरणीय रमेश सिंह सर का मैं धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करना चाहता हूँ। 2 साल पहले उनसे मुलाकात हुई। उन्होंने कहा, पहली बातचीत में हम कुछ आसपास के लोग बैठे थे, क्षेत्र के कुछ लोग थे, उन्होंने कहा कि हम ऐसी कोशिश करेंगे और ये हमारे जीवन का ड्रीम प्रोजेक्ट है कि हम आपके यहाँ पानी लाएंगे। क्योंकि हमारे पास कुछ ऑप्शन नहीं था, बहुत सारे स्ट्रक्चर बने, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के और लोगों ने बनाए, बन के बह गए, तो एक बस कोई आशा नहीं थी, चलो ठीक है आप करेंगे, हम आपके साथ हैं। क्योंकि हम पहले से सोशली उस क्षेत्र में एक्टिव थे, तो हमें लग रहा था कोई पानी लेके आएगा तो हम उसके साथ लगेंगे। उसके पहले भी हम इस तरह से काम कर रहे थे, लोगों से पैसा इकट्ठा करके कहीं तालाब में पानी, उसको नाला खुद जाए, पानी पहुंच जाए, ये पहले से थोड़ी सी चल रही थी चीजें। जब डॉक्टर साहब से मुलाकात हुई, इक्रीसेट की शुरुआत हुई, 2 साल पहले इक्रीसेट आया, उसके पहले मैं इक्रीसेट से परिचित नहीं था। शुरुआत हुई, इक्रीसेट ने हम लोगों को साथ मिलके शुरुआत करी, बैठक करी, और ये एक जो मिलके लोगों को जोड़ के, इक्रीसेट के जो काम करने का तरीका मुझे अच्छा लगा कि लोगों को जोड़ा है। एक गांव से हम लोगों ने एक एनआरएम कमेटी बनाई, एक गांव से 4-4, 5-5 किसानों को जोड़ा, उसके बाद तहसील स्तर पे कुछ सीनियर किसानों को जोड़ा, उसके बाद जिले के लेवल पे, प्रशासन के स्तर पे, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की जो विभाग है उनको इक्रीसेट ने जोड़ा। ये समन्वय से जो एक टीम बन के तैयार हुई, उसने एक काम किया, इक्रीसेट ने जो स्ट्रक्चर बनाए, मैं आश्चर्यचकित हूँ इस चीज देख कर के जहां बड़े बड़े लागत के स्ट्रक्चर बढ़ गए, वहां इक्रीसेट का स्ट्रक्चर, अभी उदाहरण है, बहुत 300 बरसात हुई 1-1.5 दिन में, और इक्रीसेट के स्ट्रक्चर खड़े रहे। तो ये काम जब देखा तो बहुत प्रभावित हूँ। हमारे यहाँ 50-55 किलोमीटर के नाले इक्रीसेट ने खोदे। ये 10 साल से जो स्थिति खराब थी, 2 साल में से अभी 1-1.5 साल से जो काम हुआ, 55 किलोमीटर के नाले खोदे, और 12 हवेली बनाई, कुछ तालाब का गहरीकरण हुआ। ये काम के बाद हम आज देख पा रहे हैं, बहुत सारे लोग तो खेती करते नहीं थे, मतलब ये मान लीजिए कि जो बहुत सारे लोग, जो एक तो कामगार लोग जो थे, जिनके पास खेती नहीं थे, वो तो छोड़ के चले गए थे, वो अपना शहर में थे, आसपास के शहरों में थे, काम अपना तलाश रहे थे। जब यहाँ काम की शुरुआत हुई, लोग 1 साल से देखा कि भाई पानी आ गया, आसपास 70% खेती होती थी, 20-30% कर नहीं पाते थे। दूसरी खेती तो ये निर्भर थी मौसम पे, और एक इक्रीसेट ने एक इंश्योर किया है कि खेती की गारंटी, इक्रीसेट मतलब खेती की गारंटी, ये हमने अभी आया है, इक्रीसेट मतलब खेती की गारंटी। 100% जमीनों पे खेती होने लगी, जो छूटी हुई थी वहां भी खेती होने लगी। हमारे बहुत सारे कुओं में पानी आ गया, वाटर लेवल बहुत सारा नीचे चला गया था, और ये मान लीजिए कि करीब अभी 90% कुओं में पानी नहीं था, अभी 90% कुओं में पानी आया है इक्रीसेट की वजह से। और हम और भाई थे पहले खेत पे, हम भी जाते नहीं थे, पापा अपना कर रहे, कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं लेते थे, क्योंकि हमें पता कुछ रिजल्ट निकलना नहीं है। अभी हमारे भाई ने और हमने प्लान किया कि हम लोग कुछ पॉली हाउस बना के कुछ अलग करेंगे, टमाटर उगाएंगे या पपीता करेंगे, इस टाइप से खेती करेंगे। कुछ बाहर से भी लोग आके इंटरेस्टेड हो रहे हैं कि अब पानी लौट के आ रहा है। तो ये बहुत आज आपके बीच आने का अवसर प्रदान हुआ, और मैं बहुत धन्यवाद आप सबको ज्ञापित करना चाहता हूं कि हमारे पिछड़े क्षेत्र को, हमारे पिछड़े एरिया को इक्रीसेट ने लिया है, और हमें एक उम्मीद जगी है कि पानी ऐसे आ सकता है। भले ही अब इक्रीसेट कुछ दिन बाद नहीं होगा, लेकिन हमें ये आइडिया मिल गया कि पानी ऐसे रोका जा सकता है, पानी ऐसे आ सकता है। तो आप सबका मैं पुनः धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करना चाहता हूँ। एक बात मुझे जो अच्छी लगी, हालांकि मुझे बहुत सीमित समय के लिए समय दिया गया था, एक अच्छी लगी कि एक हमारे वेदों में वाक्य है, वसुधैव कुटुंबकम, पूरा विश्व एक परिवार है। और यहाँ एक उदाहरण देखने को मिलता है कि पूरी दुनिया के लोग, वरिष्ठ वैज्ञानिक, अलग अलग जगह के लोग एक साथ एक जगह काम कर रहे हैं। फील्ड में भी ये देखने को मिलता है कि अलग अलग स्टेट के लोग एक जगह मिलकर काम कर रहे हैं। तो ये बहुत अच्छा मुझे यहाँ आके लगा। आप सबका मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करना चाहता हूँ, जो मुझे आने का अवसर प्रदान किया था।
Thank you, Mr. Upadhyay. ICRISAT matlab kheti ki guarantee. I like the tagline. I think we should be using that going forward. Thank you so much. The second item here is the experience that some of our incubatees are going to be sharing with us. They have successfully been entrepreneurs now. May I invite Ms. Annapurna, founder, Mathesis Engineering Private Limited, to the stage to share her experience of working with ICRISAT.
A very good afternoon to the distinguished guests on the dais, and all the members and the scientists of ICRISAT and the incubatees from various states. I'm very happy and honored to be given this opportunity. My association with ICRISAT has been for last 15 years. I have got an opportunity to work with ICRISAT on a lot of projects. I have been also part of Giri Poshana that ICRISAT has taken up in 2017 through the NutriHub. And NutriHub has been, the team of NutriHub has been very supportive. We have in fact supplied our products to the tribal areas, to the tribal feeding, through the tribal feeding project, which ICRISAT has taken up. And I think it has transformed the health of lot of individuals and children there in the tribal areas. And it has been a wonderful project and an opportunity that I got through ICRISAT. And I remember the time when during COVID, I remember March 2020 when COVID struck us. ICRISAT, I got a call from ICRISAT saying that, Madam, we need to supply this stock to the tribals because they do not have food. And I remember April 1st, we opened our factory and started supplying our products to the tribal areas. And it was just a proud moment for me. And I must thank the NutriHub team who has worked day and night and who has helped me throughout throughout the process of production, who has been very supportive, who has also been instrumental in giving us few technologies and improving our products. And I also congratulate ICRISAT for celebrating their 54th foundation day. And I think 50 plus years of work in farming speaks a lot. And I think the scientists here are really doing a wonderful job. And my salutations to all the scientists and the team in ICRISAT. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Annapurna, for the sharing of the experience and the journey of your becoming a successful entrepreneur, and also ensuring that children in the tribal areas were having enough food even during the critical times of the crisis. Now I would like to invite Mr. Harsha and Krishna, Head and Sales of Jiva Device, to the stage to share his experience of working with ICRISAT to become a successful entrepreneur.
Good afternoon, everyone. Dignities on dais and the ICRISAT family. First of all, I would like to congratulate for the extraordinary work each and every one of you are doing for the world, right? So your own report and the vision really inspires the work, inspires people like me to push further, right? So we are a company based out of Bangalore. We have got incubated with ICRISAT a year back, and Jiva Water, our mission is to transform water's efficiency in agriculture. So that's the mission what we have taken up, and we've created a technology for getting higher yields with lowest amount of water in the agriculture space. So in this conversation, we have got our technology validated with the Indian state research bodies, but we wanted to push ourselves further, refine our technology, and also get this technology validated. So that's where we have approached AIP, and I'm very thankful to Mr. Srinivas and for connecting us to the scientists here, and also other partner organizations like Center for Dryland Agriculture, World Veg, and many such partners pushing us to really take it international. We are also being invited for the Science Week, which is happening in Kenya in a couple of weeks' time. So that's the kind of encouragement we are getting from ICRISAT. Although we are a new startup here, but we have been thankful for all the support which we are getting. So congratulations again for your foundational day. Thanks from our team.
Thank you, Mr. Harsha, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Now we move to the next segment.
This would be the signing of the MOU between BBSSL and ICRISAT. I now invite Mr. Chetan Joshi to the dais. I also request Dr. Pathak to please come forward.
We're just setting up the stage so that the MOU signing can happen.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yes. Can continue.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joshi. Thank you, Dr. Pathak. No, just the last one. I now invite Mr. Yogendra Kumar, Chairperson, BBSSL, to address the gathering.
Most respected Honorable DG, sir, Dr. Himanshu Pathak, Stanford DDG, and other dignitaries. Especially I want to mention Sri Sanjay Agrawal Saab, who is a very kind, and he is keeping his blessings on us from more than 25 years in the same spirit. So this is a result of all this event happened today. Other scientists, senior scientists, Dr. M.L. Jat and others, eminent scientists, and our all esteemed gathering. So first of all, I want to just give you heartiest congratulations and all the best wishes on 54th Foundation Day of ICRISAT. Really, I am very much blessed, honored, and inspired after visiting this institute, and especially the spirit of the scientist and the way of working and enthusiasm in them to work. And so many big things you people have done in the direction of Dr. Himanshu Pathak. And Dr. Himanshu Pathak is a well-known person and eminent scientist also. He was a DG ICR first. He was blessing us always. And we are missing our secretary, Dr. Ashish Bhutani. He was expected today, but anyhow, because of some meeting, he could not come. Thank to him also. So this is BBSL, Bharati Bij Sahkari Samiti Limited, is notified by the Honorable Cabinet Government of India in 21st March 2023. And the same day, the two others, national cooperative, were also notified. One is for organic and one is for export. This all three great cooperative organizations, mission was decided by Government of India with the initiative of our Honorable Home and Cooperative Minister, Mr. Amit Shah ji, Sri Amit Shah ji, and he is a great cooperator also. He has been very much involved in the cooperative since the PAX to APEX in the cooperative sector. And really, he has given one vision, Sahkar se Samriddhi, prosperity through cooperation. So this is the way of working. And ideally, this BBSL, Bharati Bij Sahkari Samiti Limited, is supported by 5 big promoters. All 5 are the very big cooperative organization, or you can say the biggest one. IFCO, CRIFCO, NDDB, NAFED, and NCDC. So these our 5 promoters. And the very short span from 2023 to this time, we have got the success to involve more than 20,000 cooperative society in BBSL through their membership. So now our member cooperative societies are more than 20,000. And it's a big network. You should know about the cooperative, in country 8 lakh cooperative societies are there. Out of that, 1 lakh are the PACs, Primary Agriculture Cooperative Society, which are situated in the villages. So through cooperatives, our vision is to reach the farmers, to provide them highest quality seed in affordable price. Our area, land area of the country, if you see the net cultivated area in the world, it is highest. But we are producing less than China. Reason is the productivity, and the productivity come with the nutrition management and high class of breeding. And you are the only organization which is doing a lot of things for the development of the high yielding varieties. I was just discussing from morning when I came. Agrawal Sahab has made a very PG program, continuous meeting, then here. So really, I was delighted to have a meeting with the seed, gene bank, Dr. ML Jat team, and now again we are going to meet some other persons. So our mandate is to provide the farmers high yielding varieties, new germplasm, and one very big thing which this institution is going to do, we are developing Bij Anusandhan Kendra, big seed research center in Gujarat, Kalol, where the all kind of seed breeding, research and development, testing, everything will be present. So in that area, we also need your help. And the ICRISAT is the organization, it is an international organization. I have heard here so many good things from all the speakers, even from the farmers, some more industry peoples, especially farmer from Jhansi, Mr. Upadhyay, Mr. Sindhe, and other this lady was talking about industry. So good experience. And I definitely believe with your help, we can do and we can attain the situation in the country that we can provide the high quality seed, high productivity seed to the farmers through our cooperative network in the country. So for that, we are ready to work with you, and certainly as you have guided me and inspired me, and Dr. Himanshu Pathak is also agreed, because basically I am a man of IFCO. I am working for IFCO, 1981, 44 years. So our new products, new age products, some new biostimulants and nano fertilizers, sir, has also agreed. I am thanking you, sir. And you are always so kind of for all of us. And in short, the seed cluster and seed production hubs, you can guide us, improved varieties, especially some things. I have seen a very good work of pearl millet. I have seen the chickpea. They told this 20 mm dia chickpea, pearl millet, this pigeon pea, hybrid pigeon pea. We are interested in all sort of the things which can be fruitful for the farmers. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. I am really blessed, honored, and inspired here because of our DG Sahib and all of you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Yogendra Kumar, for your address. Prosperity through cooperation. We do appreciate it and also believe in it. And we also would like to ensure that we would be collaborating in the Big Seed Research Center, the vision that you have for ensuring that everybody gets access to good and quality seeds. Now, we have a few virtual presenters also who would be sharing their addresses with us. The first one is we would now like to invite Dr. D.K. Yadav, DDG Crop Sciences, ICAR, to share his message with ICRISAT. Tech team, can you connect? Okay, so Dr. Yadav, over to you.
Thank you, madam.
We cannot hear you, sir. No, I think so. The audio is not clear. Can you exit and rejoin again, please?
Okay, yes, you can take the next. I will-
Do we have? Yeah, so we are just checking. Is Dr. Bhati online? Okay, so we do not have Dr. Aravinda Padi online yet. So maybe we move on to the next item of this event. We would like to invite Dr. Himanshu Pathak to come on stage again. Okay. So Dr. D.K. Yadav, are you trying to log in again and join the session? I think he has exited. So that's technology.
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Thank you for joining again, and over to you.
Thank you. So, good afternoon to all. Honorable Director General ICRISAT, Dr. Himanshu Pathak ji, and all the dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, and the online participants. I thank you, the ICRISAT, for giving me this opportunity to share my views on this very important event on the eve of Foundation Day of ICRISAT. On behalf of the Indian Council of Agriculture Research and my own behalf, I convey my heartiest congratulations and best wishes to the ICRISAT family as well as its extended family across the globe. It is a well-known fact that ICRISAT has played a very significant role in improving the lives of people through the agriculture interventions, not only in the countries falling under the semi-arid area, but all over the globe. And India being a major beneficiary due to the location of the ICR headquarters in India. You all are well aware that the Indian Council of Agriculture Research is the largest organization with its 113 institutes, of which 28 institutes of crop science and 23 institutions of horticulture sciences are working on almost 300 crops for the genetic enhancement as well as their other protection and production technologies. And the other institutes are also, they are working on the various aspects of agriculture for making the lives of the farmers easy as well as for the enhancement of the income of the farmers. During last 10 years, the Indian Council of Agriculture Research, through its National Agriculture Research System, has developed more than 2,900 varieties in across the 80 crops. And out of that, 85% of the varieties, they are having the traits for climate resilience and other traits. The major crops in that, which ICRISAT is also dealing, are the pulmulate, chickpea, pigeon pea, and the small millets as well as groundnut. The impact of the ICR technologies and the other the National Agriculture Research Technology is that from the 50.85 million tons during 1950 at the time of independence. Now we have produced 332.3 million tons during 23-24, which is 7 times if we compare with that of 1950. So from the net importers of the various food commodities, today we are the net exporter for the different commodities. The collaborations with the ICRISAT also have a significant contribution in all these achievements which I have just mentioned. The major contribution of ICRISAT has been through the crop improvement programs of the National Agriculture Research System, through the free and frequent sharing of the extremely important germplasm of the groundnut, pearl millet, small millet, sorghum, pigeon pea, and chickpea from its global repository. All these crops are extremely important for India. In addition to sharing of the breeding material generated by ICRISAT, it has always been open to the Indian breeding programs, which has contributed in development of more than 100 trait-specific varieties and hybrids like the disease resistance, mechanical harvesting, herbicide tolerance, stay green, improved nutritional quality, and more importantly, the parental lines of the various hybrids. If we talk of the recent years, in case of chickpea, a very significant progress has been made with the development of collaborative varieties like Pusa 4005, Pusa JJ16, Pusa chickpea 20216, Pusa Vijay for the drought, and the Pusa chickpea Mano for wilt have considerable impact on the livelihood of the marginal farmers and yield sustainability under the climate change. Pusa Parvati is the first chickpea variety which is amenable to the mechanical harvesting. All these varieties are occupying a significant area in the different zones of their recommendation, which is evident from the increasing breeder seed index. Likewise, their contribution in case of groundnut is also significant, and the basic traits which they are focusing are the drought tolerance, disease resistance, fresh seed dormancy, aflatoxin, and 7 varieties like the high oleic acid varieties, particularly the Girnar 4, Girnar 5, and GG40, they have been released and notified, and they are in the seed chain currently. Likewise, in case of pearl millet, almost 25 hybrids are there which have been developed, and the biofortified variety hybrids, which is, I think, a very significant contribution from ICR in the form of AHB 1269, iron rich, the AHB 1269, normal, Dhanshakti AHB 1200, and HHB 311, which are now popular and being cultivated. And in most of the hybrid program, the parental line supplied by the ICRISAT that has been used. And in sorghum also, they have very good contribution. The major contribution has been through the availability of the disease-resistant material, which has been screened through the disease nursery, which have been established by the NVPGR. And the other important contributions are the creating a quality human resource, not only for India, but at the global level, which is definitely impacting in the agriculture research in the country as well as globally. The ICRISAT has also been instrumental in conservation of the natural resources, which has been shown during the different presentations and has made an impact on the dryland at the global level. Seeing the population increasement, the decreasing cultivable area, the decreasing water, soil health, the climate change, and the emerging insect pests and the global conflicts, definitely we need to have further collaborations with ICRISAT. So we have a series of the projects under the MOA and the other collaborative programs, and in the times to come we have closer collaboration. We have to be more closer collaboration in the complementary mode rather than the competitive mode. The council accepts more for the stronger collaborations in the case of pulses and oilseeds, particularly for increasing the genetic gains through use of artificial intelligence and machine learning, and climate resilience, addressing the drought, heat, salinity, and major diseases. Also the diagnostics, which Dr. ML has already shown for the various diseases, for warning systems, and to check and minimize the losses because of the various abiotic and biotic stresses. We are highly confident that under the dynamic leadership of Dr. Himanshu Pathak, the collaborations between the ICRISAT and ICR will be further strengthened for the food and nutritional security, not for India, but for whole of the globe. I wish all the success to the team ICRISAT, and thank you very much for this opportunity. Namaskar.
Thank you, Dr. Yadav, for the inspiring address. ICRISAT highly values its partnership with ICAR, and we would continue to do so in the future. We would take your guidance in doing so. We would now like to invite Professor O. Giri. Okay. Okay, so may we now invite
Okay,
Dr. Aravinda
yes.
Kumar Padi, Principal Secretary, Agriculture, Government of Odisha.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very
Share
much.
his message.
My name is Dumisani Kushwayo. I'm
I
representing
think
Dr. Giri. Can you hear me?
1 second. I think there's some issue.
Okay. Can you hear me? I'm representing
Can I
Dr.
repeat
Giri.
about it?
Can I go ahead? Can I go ahead?
Can I request Dr. Padi to wait for a few minutes? Thank you so much, Dr. Padi.
So we now invite Professor Ojiri, who has another important assignment, and hence he would like to address us first. Professor Ojiri is the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Development. And he would like to share his address virtually to the team ICRISAT that is present here in person and virtually. Over to you, Professor Ojiri.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Dr. Dumisani Kuchwayo. I'm the Chief Director for Agricultural Research, Innovation and Specialist Services in the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Development. I'm going to read a speech on behalf of Professor Obed Giri, who is the Permanent Secretary for the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Development. Colleagues, the High Commissioner of the Republic of Uganda to the Republic of India, Professor J. Kakuramatsi, the ICRISAT Director General, Dr. Patak, the Deputy Director General, Dr. Blade, and the leadership team, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. A good afternoon to colleagues in India and a good morning to colleagues in Africa. It is my great honor and privilege to address you today as we gather to celebrate the ICRISAT's 54th Foundation Day, held to commemorate over 5 decades of dedication to reducing poverty, hunger, malnutrition, and environmental degradation in the dryland tropics. Today, we recognize that agriculture remains the key transformation of the livelihoods of our people. This milestone is not just a reflection of our enduring legacy, but also a testament to the hard work, dedication, and innovation that has characterized our journey over the years. Although ICRISAT was established and is headquartered in Hyderabad, India, it has done well through expanding its footprint and establishing 2 regional programs in Africa, one in West and Central Africa, and the other in Eastern and Southern Africa. And we have been privileged as a country, Zimbabwe, that ICRISAT established their office here, a validation of Zimbabwe being open for business and a testimony of the importance of partnerships in research and development. ICRISAT's vision of a prosperous, food secure, and resilient drylands in Asia and Africa does really resonate with the government of Zimbabwe's aspirations to transform the agricultural sector through partnerships with research institutions such as ICRISAT and Rural Development 8.0 policy that Zimbabwe is pursuing. Zimbabwe has prioritized the production and dissemination of traditional grains to safeguard the nation's food security because of the drought tolerance that these varieties are attributed to have, and also the high nutritional content. I'm happy to note that in 2024, our Crop Breeding Institute, in partnership with ICRISAT, co-released Zimbabwe's first 2 pale millet hybrid varieties, named PMH1 and PMH2, and 2 new sorghum hybrids varieties, SH1 and and SH2. This is evidence of the good collaboration between ourselves and ICRISAT, based in Bulawayo. These breakthrough varieties mark a significant step towards enhancing food security and climate resilience, particularly for smallholder farmers in Zimbabwe's dry lands. As we may be aware, climate adaptation and risk management are arguably one of the greatest challenges in agricultural production in the dry lands of Africa, where crop seasons are short and rainfall is highly variable. However, my experiences with ICRISAT have shown that it is through a thoughtful leader and a reliable partner with expertise in nurturing dryland agri-food systems. ICRISAT has an important role to play in transforming the dryland agri-food systems to move towards sustainable futures. We have seen ICRISAT's work on advancing climate resilient farming systems that optimize natural resource management through such resources as regenerative agricultural practices and other sustainable intensification practices. Initiatives in soil health, land restoration, and biodiversity conservation through the promotion of sustainable land management and reversing land degradation have been essential practices promoted by ICRISAT and its partners, such as ourselves. Importantly, we continue to partner with ICRISAT to empower women with resources and skills for greater agricultural and economic participation. Another critical and unique set of tools and innovations that ICRISAT has developed over the past 5 decades relates to mechanization of small-scale farming. Mechanization is an essential and integral part of the agriculture intensification process and has a key role in achieving of several sustainable development goals. As we celebrate ICRISAT's 54th Foundation Day, I would like to acknowledge the role ICRISAT and partners have played in South-South learning, as well as introducing across sub-Saharan Africa a number of mechanized tools and equipment, such as small two-wheeled tractors, direct seeders, shellers, and threshers, and irrigation systems that have made farming operations more efficient and less labor-intensive. By reducing manual labor requirements, farmers, including women and youth, can cultivate larger areas of land, increasing crop yields and optimize resource utilization. The boost in productivity not only ensures food security for the region, but also creates opportunities for surplus production and income generation. As government of Zimbabwe, we are proud and satisfied with the role ICRISAT plays in transforming our agricultural sector, and we do celebrate ICRISAT's 54th Foundation Day with you. We look forward to another 5 decades of research excellence and partnerships, building a collaborative network to scale impactful solutions for dryland agriculture and sustainable development. We know that through collaboration and working together, we can strongly be positioned to deliver technologies, services, and knowledge products adapted to the needs of these drylands. Notwithstanding the fact that ICRISAT has played a significant role in human resource capacity building, we really appreciate this initiative. Together, we can uniquely be positioned to develop solutions that significantly contribute to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals by increasing food production and nutrition security in the drylands, which are most vulnerable to climate change and environmental degradation, and home to 600 million smallholders. Thank you for this opportunity. And this is to wish you all a great 54th Foundation Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dumisani Kuchiwayo, for addressing us. As a gender scientist, it's music to my ears when he says empowering women. So we are also in tune with that, and together we can transform the drylands. We truly believe in that.
Thank you, Padmaja. I would now like to invite Dr. Aramita Padi once again. Thank you so much for being patient with us and accommodating our request, sir. Dr. Aramita Padi is a Principal Secretary, Agriculture, Government of Odisha. Over to you, sir, to address the gathering.
So could you kindly confirm that you are able to hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Thank you so much. Very many familiar faces and voices as well. Thank you so much. Very happy to join this event. And I was just wondering whether I would be able to join or not. And that's how I was texting Dr. Dikshit, Bismita ji, Sashi and others. And I joined literally on time at 3:10 given to me. So thank you again to Dr. Pathak for having me in this event. And I would like to thank each one of you for giving me this opportunity to speak to you. And I would like to congratulate ICRISAT, Team ICRISAT for their 54th Foundation Day. Having been a part of the ICRISAT family, it literally feels very good to me. And I'm very honored to speak to each one of you today, and would like to speak on a subject because I'm now on the other side of the policy space. I mean, on the scientific research space. The products that you generate are the raw materials for our development. So I would like to speak something on as to how we can transform Indian agriculture or the agriculture in any state through science-driven and inclusive approaches. But before I speak, I would just like to congratulate Dr. Pathak on his new role, on his assumption of the role of the DG ICRISAT, and wish him a very productive tenure. I'd also like to thank Dr. Sanford Blade, the DDG Research, Dr. Yadav, Professor, and the representative from the government of Zimbabwe. And of course, I can see in the program that you have invited some esteemed farmers to the audience. I'm very happy to know that. And all the esteemed guests and fellow members of the agricultural research community. Congratulations to every one of you. In fact, we are at a very critical juncture in Indian agriculture. The challenges we face are complex and interconnected. Climate change, soil degradation, water scarcity, and biodiversity loss, just to name a few. To address all these challenges, technology, we need a transformative approach that harnesses the power of science, technology, and innovation to drive sustainable and equitable agricultural growth. And in fact, in Odisha, we are trying many such approaches on the field. And I would like to thank the ICRISAT team for their support, collaboration, and partnerships in our journey. This is where our research community comes in. We have a very unique opportunity to leverage our collective expertise, knowledge, and experience to develop and deploy cutting-edge solutions that can help Indian agriculture thrive in the face of all the adversities that I just mentioned. Our approach, therefore, must be inclusive because I come from a state where the small and marginal farmers, they dominate the land holdings. In the state, they are as high as 93%. For the India as a whole, it is as high as 85-86%. So we need to be inclusive in our approach, and that's where we need to make our policy more tuned to the disadvantaged communities amongst the farmers, farming communities. So our approach not only should be inclusive, it should also recognize the diversity of Indian agriculture and the varied needs and aspirations of our farmers, particularly the smallholders and the marginalized communities. We must work closely with the farmers and the extension agencies that I represent today, and of course the policymakers and other stakeholders to co-create and co-deliver solutions that are tailored to the local context and the needs. At the same time, our approach must be science-driven, as I told in the beginning. It needs to be grounded in the best available evidence and research. That's where the role of ICRISAT comes in. We should also harness the power of emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, blockchain, and the biotechnology to drive innovation and efficiency in the agriculture sector. We must also prioritize research on climate resilient agriculture, sustainable intensification, and agroecology to ensure that our approaches are environmentally sustainable and socially responsible. I am very happy to inform this very esteemed audience that from the state government of Odisha, we are literally walking the talk. Whatever I just talked or spoke, we literally take it into our approaches and the policy domain. And many of our regenerative agriculture practices or the transformative approaches that we are doing are literally seeing very good results in the field. And that's how I would just like to tell the scientific community present today that these key areas where we should focus our efforts should include developing and deploying the climate resilient crop varieties and also the animal breeds or varieties. Improving soil health and fertility should also be our top priority through the integrated nutrient management and the conservation agriculture practices. Of course, my friend Dr. ML Jat and team, they are leading this on the conservation agriculture and stuff. So we need to see as to how they can reach to maximum number of farmers at scale. We need to also enhance the water productivity and efficiency through precision irrigation and water harvesting. That's how our approaches in my department also has been. And we need to promote also agroforestry and conservation agriculture, as I just told, to enhance the biodiversity and ecosystem services. And we also need to leverage the digital agriculture and precision farming to improve decision making and efficiency. I'm very happy to inform all of you that our Krishi Samruddhi Agro Advisory System just got the ET Digitech Awards 2025, wherein we are taking the data-driven and evidence-driven approaches for the welfare of the farmers, well-being of the farmers, and for scientific transformation of Odisha's agriculture. As we embark on this transformative journey, I would like to urge each one of you, every one of you rather, from the scientific community to think very boldly, innovate fearlessly, and collaborate generously, if I may use these adjectives. But your scientific products should to the requirements of the farmers in the last mile. We always feel happy with your very transformative research products, but upstream research is always required for all these kind of end products. But we would be very interested that your research products should also take care of the requirements of the farming community in the last mile. I'm very happy that many of your team members who are collaborating, partnering with our department, they have done very good work, not only through the mandate crops that ICRISAT has, but also on some other innovative approaches that we have just seen in case of the water hyacinth being taken off as a model for composting in many of the districts. And I would like to place on record my appreciation for Abhiraj and the team there. So let us work together to create a very brighter future for our farming community, one that is built on the principles of sustainability, equity, and inclusivity. I have a very tight schedule. Dr. Dixit texted me that I need to join at 3:10. I literally came back rushing from the assembly session. Our budget session is going on. I have a very ambitious budget envelope this year. My budget size, just for information of the audience, is 14,900 crores. It is as good as $2 billion US dollars for this financial year alone. And discussions are going on, but I had to rush to keep to my commitment to Dr. Pathak and the entire team ICRISAT. I wish to congratulate each one of you on this Foundation Day and more such good times for ICRISAT in future. Thank you again, every one of you there in Patancheru and all around. I wish to come sometime to meet each one of you, but any one of you who are visiting Odisha, please be my guest and have that liberty of having that liberty of being hosted by me in Bhubaneswar or Odisha. Thank you, everyone, again. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Padi. We now understand how difficult your schedule and how tight it was, but in spite of that, you are able to come and give us the address and deliver the key message of inclusiveness, climate resilience, the power of science, and ensuring that we transform agriculture. Thank you very much, Dr. Padi. So we now move on to the last but one segment of this session, of this event. We would now like to invite Dr. Himanshu Pathak on stage and felicitate our guests with mementos. So please. May I request Dr. Yogendra Kumar to please come forward and receive the memento. Thank you very much, Mr. Yogendra Kumar, for joining us in this celebrations. We'd also like to invite our two farmers who have shared their experiences with us. So now I invite Mr. S.S. Shinde to please come forward and receive the memento from our director, Dr. Himanshu Pathak. Thank you, Mr. Shinde. Mr. Ashish Upadhyay. We'd also like to felicitate our two incubatees who have joined us today. So may I invite Mrs. Annapurna to please come on the stage and receive the memento from Dr. Pathak. And to Mr. Harsha and Krishna to please come on the stage and receive the memento. Thank you, Dr. Pathak. Now we would like to invite Dr. Pathak to give the Foundation Day address to the audience. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Padmaja. Good afternoon to all of you here, my colleagues Stan, Yogendra ji, Sanjay Agrawal ji, all the very senior colleagues of ICRISAT, scientists, technical staff, administrative staff, supporting staff, contractual staff, our students, and those who have joined online, all my colleagues from Africa. Good morning to each and every one of you. All the well-wishers of ICRISAT, ladies and gentlemen. Let me wish each and every one of you a very happy Foundation Day of ICRISAT. Congratulations to each one of you for this very important day. Foundation Day, as you know, we celebrate like our birthday. And birthday celebration can be done the best way when you have your friends, colleagues, you have your seniors with you, you have all your partners with you, maybe physically or online in today's circumstances, your stakeholders, farmers, entrepreneurs, donors, funders, and each and every one who are directly or indirectly connected to ICRISAT. And today is the day when we got every one of them physically or online. So thank you all for making our day. Thank you all for gracing ICRISAT. Thank you all for blessing ICRISAT for all what it is doing for more than 50 years and what it is going to do. We showed a video of what ICRISAT has been doing. But more importantly, what we have heard from our farmers, from our stakeholders, from the entrepreneurs, from our funders, I think that is the best of the recognitions which any research organization, any academic institute can really ask for. So thank you all for your support and for your good words for ICRISAT. On any birthday or any foundation day, I think one should do two things at least. One is, of course, remembering the past and redeeming our commitment to the future. Our past has already been told what we have been doing. This is only a glimpse, but there are many others. What we are doing now, again, known to you. And today we could honor some of our achievers in the form of releasing some of the varieties, some other technologies, publications, and so on. So my congratulations to each and every one of you who were honored today, awarded today, felicitated today, and also your whole team and everyone who are working either here in the headquarters or all of our regional centers in Africa and elsewhere. Thank you. Because of you only, what ICRISAT is today. But besides releasing varieties of more than 1,200, besides developing several varieties which are climate resilient, besides also developing varieties which are biofortified, what ICRISAT has done is 2 or 3 more things. One, it has brought water to the places where there was no water. It has brought dreams to some of our farmers who thought agriculture cannot be done in drylands, and also giving a kind of guarantee, which my friend talked about, to agriculture, that with good agriculture practices, a guarantee can be given that in dryland also, good agriculture can be done. So thank you very much for uttering those words that we could really get this dream and this inspiration from ICRISAT. Friends, ICRISAT was given and has been given the mandate of working in drylands. Difficult work, harsh. Drylands are not only thirsty, drylands are also hungry. Drylands are not only too difficult to work, but also difficult to get any output from drylands. But those are the so important ecosystems in the whole world. All of you know that around 47 or 50% of total cultivated land are drylands. More than 2 billion people are living there, and we have to provide livelihood for them. So today, let us also redeem our commitment and faith to those communities who are cultivating these 47 or 50% land area of the world. More than 2 billion people who are looking forward for new science and new technologies, and also to ensure food and nutrition security to this vast majority of small and marginal farmers. These are our commitments, and we have to redeem our commitments today when we are observing the Foundation Day. My colleague Sten gave you a broad strategic plan of what we are going to do in next 5 years or so. Friends, challenges are really difficult, really difficult. Drylands itself are difficult, as you all know, and many of you are working for last many years in these drylands. These are anyway difficult ecosystems to work. But unfortunately, these difficult ecosystems are going to be even more difficult in coming years. Because of climate change, the dry regions are going to be drier even. The water scarcity is going to aggravate further. Erratic rainfall is going to be even more erratic because of climate change. The soils which are already very poor and degraded, those are going to be even more degraded and more poor because of increase in temperature, because of degradation, because of pollution, and so on. And we have to be successful in these changing scenarios. But the point of hope is only one. Science can make the difference. Technologies can make the difference. And in CGIAR, we say, with science, we can. We have seen that we can. We have shown the world that we can. And again, new science and new technologies can change all these difficult scenarios into some kind of success in those difficult years. And that lead and that commitment needs to come from institute like ICRISAT. So our commitments are quite large, but our stakeholders are also very, very important. We cannot simply leave them. ICRISAT in its last 54 years have shown several successes. But now in changing scenario, how we are going to bring out those changes and even better way are something, the challenges which we need to face. And the strategic plan already are put before you. I'm not going to repeat all those challenging plans, but what I shall put before you, particularly to my colleagues here and Africa, 10 action points, which now all of us, not only scientists, not only our administrative staff, not only senior managers, not only program directors, each and every one of us, those who are with ICRISAT, needs to fix that. These are the targets which we need to achieve. First one in that particular series is, let us identify our priority areas, not individual priority, institutional priority, depending upon the requirement of all these dry lands, depending upon the requirement of all those 2 billion people, depending on the requirements of our donors and funders, what they want. Let us identify and prioritize these things. We cannot solve problems, each and every problem of all these areas. But then what we can do, let us identify and prioritize. Second one in this could be, let us, each one of us, identify that in which target we are going to work. So our individual targets. That I am going to contribute here to achieve this particular target in temporal scale, in spatial scale, and also in hierarchical one, vertical one. So I am going to do this within next 1 year, next 2 to 3 years, and of course, next 5 years by 2030. Let us all do this exercise ourselves. And then of course, talk to your reporting officers, program leaders, and then at the end, all of us will sit together and then finalize it. So this is number 2. Let us improve our research, technology, as well as financial footprints in Africa. Those are the places where ICRISAT can really play a big role. Really can play a role. Let us do that. Let us identify the priorities. And let us all collect our resources and try to help those areas in Africa. Fourth one is, ICRISAT is bestowed with lots of resources. Human resources, scientific resources, our labs are excellent. Land resources, water resources, here as well as in regional stations. Let us make full utilization of each and every of these resources which are under the disposal of ICRISAT. Let us make a plan how we will be able to make best use of all these resources and achieve the goals which just we talked about. So this is number 4. Number 5 is, in this era of competition, resource limitation, let us also do a very sincere analysis of how we could be more efficient, how we could be more cost effective, how we could be more competitive, so that our delivery, our products will be able to compete with others in the regions where we are working, and also globally, so that we will be able to reach quicker, faster, with less cost, with cheap rate. This, all of activities which I said, will be possible only with strong partnership and collaboration. ICRISAT is really fortunate enough to have a very strong, very large network of partnership for the last 54 years. And you could listen the voices of some of our partners, our collaborators. Whether it is ICR in this country, whether other NARS partners in other countries, whether our donors, our funders, each one of them have got a special bond with ICRISAT. This bond has been developed over the years and decades. Let us harness the benefit of those bonds. They are ready to work with us. They are ready to help us. We have to reach out to them with the kind of requirement they are expecting from us. So let us strengthen this partnership. Let us strengthen this collaboration. Besides doing good science, which is of course the USP of ICRISAT, which is of course the main activity of ICRISAT, doing new science, new research, let us also invest in capacity building, education, skill development, and other activities. Today's agriculture, particularly in dryland areas, is very much knowledge intensive. Without sufficient knowledge and skill, our farmers will not be able to address the challenges of dryland agriculture. We need to impart skill, build their capacity of farmers, of other stakeholders, including policymakers and scientists of NARS. And ICRISAT and all other CG centers should take it upon themselves that this is one of their major activities and mandates. How to bring in new science, new technologies from all over the globe and give it to our national partners. Let us strengthen this aspect of capacity building, skill development, and so on, because this is extremely important to make any success in dryland agriculture. Let us also identify some key areas of research. Today's NARS are not what they used to be around 25 or 30 years back. In many countries, today's NARS are quite strong. NARS is National Agriculture Research, also Education and Extension Systems. But let us identify the areas where we can really contribute and help them. Some of the emerging areas. AI was being talked about. Genomics and phenomics are being talked about. Simulation modeling activities are being talked about. And there are several other areas where our NARS partners really need our help. Let us strengthen those areas. Let us develop some specialized expertise in those areas first ourselves, and then share these with our NARS partners. So let us do that. This will be of tremendous help to our scientific community all over the world. And of course, deliver the targets. Whatever we promise, because as I said, expectations are quite high. And we have to deliver. Drylands need them. So expectations are high and we have to deliver. We have to deliver in a very time-bound manner, very efficient way, in a much better quality, and of course, to each and every one, depending upon their needs. All drylands are not same. All farmers are also not same. So catering the need of single individual, of course, is not possible, but then let us partner with NARS, but we have to reach out to them. Only one kind of solution is not going to serve the purpose of all the farmers in dryland areas. So let us improve the delivery. Sometimes back, ICRISAT used to have a tagline that science of discovery to science of delivery. Let us improve that delivery. Our nurse partners also need to improve that delivery. And we need to work together to improve that delivery. Let us work on that. Friends, that was the 9th one. The 10th one is, let us generate more and more resources and revenues. Without money, nothing works. But the feedback and the support which you are now getting and which you also got today through the addresses and messages from our partners, donors, and funders, we can be very sure that we will be able to generate good amount of resources to achieve all these goals which the strategic plan, my colleague Stan presented before you, and some of the points which I just mentioned to you. These are possible. Resources are there. But then we have to be more and more proactive. We have to identify the objectives and activities what our partners are looking forward, the need of dryland farmers, the need of different regions. So these are some of the activities for which we really have to very, very proactive. Let us do that. Friends, there could be many other points, but these are 9 or 10 points which I just wanted to put before all of you. Let us work on those. We have initiated the process. We are discussing with almost each and every one, with our research program directors, with our leadership team, with the scientists, with our students, with the donors, with the CG people, and all other stakeholders, including those in Africa. So we are going to reach out to each and every one of them. Each and every one of them. Let us intensify this activity. And I'm sure we'll be able to understand their objectives and also get to them in understanding our and make them understood what we are going to do and how they are going to be benefited. Friends, today, as I said, is a very important day, not only for ICRISAT, but for every well-wisher of ICRISAT. Today is not only the 54th Foundation Day. Today is also the 50th anniversary when the foundation stone of ICRISAT was laid by the former Prime Minister, Srimati Indira Gandhi. Today is really very auspicious day, as I said. And this particular day cannot be celebrated in a better way than what we are doing. Just for your information, we started our day today in the morning by meeting our farm workers who are contributing in such a big way to do all the farm activities, doing all these experimentations, collecting data, keeping this campus so green, so clean, and all this beauty, whatever you see. Then we met our contractual staff. Then we invited around 800 plus school students from around 10 different schools of Hyderabad, interacting with them, telling them what ICRISAT is doing, also learning from them what they feel about agriculture. What do they feel about farming? They are all very young and very intelligent students. You know, their thoughts and their feelings, their understanding of agriculture is not what the way we understand agriculture. So we wanted to discuss with them. And then, of course, we also had our press conference, reaching out to media, explaining to them what we are doing, informing them what we are going to do, and also taking their suggestions, what we should be doing. And then, of course, this fantastic program, which all of you are witness. Signing MOUs. Thank you, Yogendraji, for this excellent initiative. Seed is one of the very prime sectors of agricultural development. You know, recently, Government of India has announced National Mission on High Yielding Seed. Working in seed sector, all of you know, seed is the most vital input. If seed goes wrong, Nothing in agriculture can go right. Seed has gone wrong. Whatever you do later, whatever amount of water, whatever amount of fertilizer, whatever care you take, you are not going to get good harvest. And if the seed is right, then many of the things can be taken care of almost automatically. Seed is so important. And this particular collaboration is going to strengthen our work for improving that seed sector in this country. Thank you very much. And we are going to work so closely with all of you. And then, of course, we honored some of our achievers. Congratulations again. But then there are many others. There are many others who are working so sincerely, religiously, with dedication to take forward the objectives of ICRISAT. So friends, once again, I thank each and every one of you for being here with us on this very important day, reassuring your support to ICRISAT. And also my colleagues here in Africa for redeeming their faith and commitment to the cause of drylands, to the cause of ICRISAT. Thank you very much, each and every one of you. And once again, a very happy Foundation Day. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pathak. While we're celebrating our past and present, your speech, which was focused on future, just gave us the direction that we're going to move in. Further, providing a framework where we knew that these are the priorities that we're going to be focusing on in the future. Really helpful. Thank you so much once again. I would now like to invite Kunal Sarkar for giving us the vote of thanks.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to our distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and dignitaries on the dais, Dr. Himanshu Pathak, Mr. Yogendra Kumar, and Dr. Stanford Blade, and all other luminaries present amongst us today. Congratulations to all partners and colleagues whose work was celebrated during this day. It is my privilege to stand before you all and deliver a vote of thanks to everyone who played a role in making this event a success. I wish to begin by thanking our Director General, Dr. Himanshu Pathak, for envisioning an inclusive event that brought together all sections of our workforce and partners. Today was indeed a remarkable occasion with multiple engagement events across all ICRISAT locations, culminating in this main event. The interactions we had with colleagues, partners, farmers, media personnel, students, throughout the day reminded us of how critical each one's contribution is towards delivering the Institute's mission. I wish to express our sincere gratitude to Mr. Yogendra Kumar, Mr. Chetan Joshi, Mr. Gareth Wynn, Deputy High Commissioner at the British Consulate in Hyderabad, Mr. Brian Monica, Counselor at High Commission of Uganda in New Delhi, Dr. Arvind Padhi, Dr. D.K. Yadav for gracing us with their presence. Also to Professor O. Giri for sharing his message through Dr. Dumisani Katiwayo. This event would not have been possible without the tireless efforts of numerous teams. Dr. Stanford Blade and the leadership team for being pillars of strength and guiding us throughout the preparations. All the research programs for their outstanding and invaluable contributions. Team FES and Security Services for ensuring seamless on-ground coordination. Team ISU for their technical expertise and flawless execution. Team Food Services for ensuring we stay nourished and the forthcoming refreshments after this event. Team Housing for ensuring we are good hosts. Team Communications for their creative designs, collaterals, and certificates, and much more that added the required glamour to this event. Financial Services for managing the finances and budget for the event effectively. LSU students who always step up to volunteer and lend a helping hand at our events. The DG's office, DDGR's office, Corporate Services office, and the HR office for their constant support and commitment. A special appreciation note to Dr. Srinath Dikshit, Vismita Reddy, Deepthi Raina, and Soumya Shankar Narayan for their dedication over the past 2 weeks in organizing this event, of course, in collaboration with all other colleagues present here. I must also congratulate Padmaja and Soumya for hosting this event so graciously. Finally, thanks to you all for being such amazing audience. Your unwavering support, participation, and encouragement make such events memorable. Wishing you all a happy ICRISAT Foundation Day. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I hand over back to our hosts. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kunal. With this, we come to the close of the event and the day. It's now our chance to go and enjoy the refreshments that are going to be provided by the HFS team.
Thank you all who have joined online and staying with us patiently. So now this is the close of the event, and we would now invite all for refreshments at the academic court.